Hey guys, it's Joe, the 50 something Dasher. In today's video, I got a couple of topics here. I want to talk about kind of a funny shopping story from yesterday. And then I also wanted to go over, I just calculated, added up all of my stats for the month of March. So I wanted to kind of go over my March stats just a little bit, like an overview of it. But anyway, I've talked about in past videos how my wife kind of gets after me, gives me a hard time. You know, she doesn't have any faith in my shopping abilities. Well, yesterday, I was planning on ending the dash early. Our nephew is here visiting with us. So we had a scheduled appointment time to take him to something that we were doing with him. And so, plus we needed to eat lunch before we went. So I plan on shutting down early. Wasn't planning on making goal yesterday. However, my last offer was like a $28 PetSmart order that was going to put me over goal. I finished with, what was it yesterday? $105. And 28 of that was the last order. Now it was 40 items and I've talked about this before. I'm not afraid of the large when I see these shopping orders with the large counts like this. A lot of times I don't get afraid like most dashers do, and especially at the pet store, because yeah, it like, say like Dollar General or Meijer, the grocery stores, yeah, you run the risk. You see something that's like 40 items plus, it could be 40 different things. But what are the odds though at a pet store, a 40 item shop where it's 40 different things? I just think that would be like highly unusual. So I was anticipating multiples. So I took it. Anyway, I get there and there are multiples, but it's still a little bit of a tricky shop because I had both cat and dog food. Okay, so cat food, I had three different bags of cat food, and it might have been like, it was either two or three different brands, one bag each. Then I had wet cat food. That's where a lot of the multiples were. A couple different, brands of that. Probably like two or three brands of the cat food. Then I had wet dog food. Two different, it was one brand, two different like flavors. And then I had like a cat treat, and all of this stuff was in probably at least, I want to say, four different aisles, maybe five different aisles in the store. I mean, so this was still like fairly tricky. And I don't have any screenshots of everything, but I finished shopping that order 10 minutes flat. 10 minutes. Suggested time was like 25 or 30 or something like that. I had that shopped in 10 minutes, and I'm not a pet person either. My wife is the pet person, and everybody else in the family, they're pet people. I'm not. So that, my friends, is what you call shopping ability right there. 40 items, 10 minutes, done. I'm at the register. And I let her know about that too when I got home. You better believe that. But the downside to this story is, yeah, I shopped that in 10 minutes and I was making really good time and everything. But I go to leave there and I go to pull out of the shopping center and come up to the traffic light. There's a bad like wreck that happened in that intersection. So there's this long backup. I had to wait for like two light cycles. And even when it was my turn, and the light was green, there's another ambulance was coming and a fire truck. And so I got held up at that intersection probably like 10 minutes. So it is what it is. Now on to the second topic here, March stats. I was really surprised when I calculated this up. It's pretty much identical to February. And it's kind of mind boggling to me. Like, you do so many orders in a month and how the numbers can come out almost exactly the same. So February I did 154 deliveries, March 155. My total hourly rate improved by 20 cents an hour. So I went from 15.18 to 15.38 an hour. I mean, just still not good. When I was averaging over $17 an hour all of last year. Active hourly rate was identical to last month, 24.13 an hour in both February and March each. I mean, how crazy is that? Now, my year to date, because I had such a terrible January, my year to date numbers improved. So at the end of February, year to date was total hourly rate was 14.47. That improved by 38 cents up to 14.85 an hour. And the active hourly rate 23.73 an hour at the end of February, and the end of March 23.90 an hour. So just, so not that great. And I think a big part of this is the fact that I'm not seeing catering orders anymore. And speaking of that, that is actually going to be tomorrow's video. So I'm going to close this video down, shoot a video on where are the catering orders here? What happened? I'm gonna release that tomorrow. I got kind of a funny picture that my wife took for me for the thumbnail for that video, and then Sunday I'm also gonna today record a video that I'm gonna put out Sunday, another short video on and kind of an ongoing issue about restaurants being closed, yet DoorDash still sends drivers to those stores. And I know I've talked about this before, but had a situation this morning actually, and I'll cover that whole story, and you'll be able to see that in the video on Sunday. But anyway, that is it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. And until next time, be safe out there driving.